when you talk about slope, what comes to mind? John? Mountains, skiing, whatever that is. The definition in math of slope is much the same way, okay? It is defined as, I mean, you could say slope is, you know, how much up or down something goes. Okay, how much up or down something goes. For example, you know, this goes uphill. If it goes uphill from left to right, we call that a positive slope. And if it goes downhill from left to right, it is a negative slope. Think about this. There is no way you could ski on a positive slope unless you're going cross-country skiing, and it'd be very difficult. To ski up a hill is pretty tough. We always ski downhill on negative slopes because we want gravity to pull us down and let us go really fast. Yes, sir.
Could there be a one that goes left and right to left?
It could, but it would be backwards that way. Whatever that means. Just think, slope from left to right works this way. Now, the definition, the mathematical way to find slope is called this. Slope equals the rise of something over its run. Give you a chance to write that, and then we'll talk a little bit about that. The rise of something over the run of something. Now what that really means, the rise is how far up something goes over how far over it goes. Up, over, over. Okay? Which means this. Let's see if you can't draw this here. Let's say I've got, draw the best you can with me here. Let's say I have this line right here. Let's say I've got this line right here. And I want you to give me the slope of that line. The first thing you're going to want to ask yourself is it positive or negative slope?
Can't really tell.
Thanks, Jim. Now let me ask you a question, since this seems to be a difficult thing here. From left to right, am I going uphill or downhill? Maybe you need to turn your head so that you're looking at it straight. But to me, it's pretty easy for me to tell if I'm going up or down from left to right. Would I be able to ski from left to right? Probably not. So this is a positive slope. It's going to be a plus slope. Just like, see how this goes up from left to right? Jack, do you see that? You should be able to tell that without. How can, I mean, the only way you couldn't tell is if it was completely flat, and we'll talk about that later. But you do go left to right up. It's a positive slope. Martin?
But if it's like straight open.
We'll get to that in a second. Okay. Now, how do you figure out what the actual numerical slope is? Okay. Well, what you need to do, that's step number one. Step number two is you need to make a right triangle. Make a right triangle. And this is much easier done than said. So to make a right triangle, all you need to do is do this. Go straight up and down through this point. I guess I could have done that a little nicer. Go straight up and down here. Go straight across here. And you'll notice that because all of our lines are square lines on this grid, here is a triangle. And it is a right triangle. And not only is it a right triangle, it's the right triangle. In order to find my slope, I just need to say how high how high, how far up does that triangle, and make a fraction with the how wide is the triangle on the bottom. In other words, what is the distance from here to here? How many units from there to there? How high is this triangle? It's 2 units high. That goes on top of your fraction. How wide is it from here to here? How many units? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my bottom part of my fraction. This slope is a 1/2 slope. It goes up 1 unit for every 2 units it goes over. And you'll notice that it does. It goes over 2, up 1. Over 2, up 1. That is its slope. It will continue to go over 2, up 1 forever. And that's how you find its slope. You make a triangle out of the lines there. And you'll always be able to make a triangle from that. Yes, Nikki Cow.
I have a question. What if you like have a slope that goes up and then
It won't. It has to be a straight line. We're only talking about straight lines here. Lauren?
And so then if it's negative, you put a negative sign.
Yes. You just put a minus in front. Brandon?
Can it only go up to over to up one?
This line will. Other lines will have different slope, but this one certainly does. So here's another example. Again, you got to draw some nice straight lines here. Let's say I've got this. I probably should do this on some real stuff here. Let's say I have a point right here and a point here. And here's my line. And I asked you to give me the slope of this line. First things first is tell me, is that a positive slope or a negative slope? From left to right, are you going uphill or downhill, Sage? It is a negative slope because I'm going down. I could easily ski that slope. Now, how do I find the fraction that my slope is? Remember, it is up over over, and you need to make a right triangle. And watch how easy this is. By the way, you could do this 2 different ways. Okay? Just find the 2 points that you're given. I want a green. Go across on that same line that that point's on. Go down on the other point. And lo and behold, look what you've just created here. A beautiful right triangle. Again, you could have done it the other way. I could have done it like this, gone up here and across here, and gotten another right triangle on the upside. It would be the same thing. Wouldn't matter which one you pick, it's going to be the same. Now you just need to count how high your triangle is. That's your top number. And my triangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 high. And this number here on the bottom is how wide it is, how far over it is. Well, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The slope of my triangle is a positive 7/5 slope. And you can leave that as improper all day long. That is your slope of that. I love it when 1,000 hands go up. Johnny?
Negative, you said.
I'm sorry, negative. Why did I put a positive? Watch this. The beauty of the bicameral system. Negative. I don't know why did I put a negative on negative. How many people knew that before? It was just nice enough not to say anything. Now, people ask the question, and here's your special case thing here. Somebody said this. What if, those of you that are what-ifers, what if your line is straight up and down? You cannot make a triangle out of that, because obviously that triangle, if you did make a triangle out of it, how wide is it? No,
Never mind.
it's very high. It could be very high, but it's not very wide. Width, how far this way does this triangle go? Remember, the fraction you make is the up over the acrosses.
I know how.
Okay. How far wide is this?
No.
It's 0. How high is it? It could be any number high. But there's a thing in math over there. If you look at this commandment number 1 there, that says what? What does it say?
Thou shalt not divide by 0.
You can never, ever, ever have a 0 on the bottom of a fraction. And that's why the slope of a vertical line, write this down because this is important. The slope of a vertical line is undefined. Okay, slope of a vertical line is undefined. No, it's undefined. Undefined means we don't have an answer for it. There is, it's not there, it's undefined, you can't do it actually is what it means. Now, conversely to that, if you think about the other case that somebody was going to ask, what if the line I have is a horizontal line? Again, thinking about the fraction where it has how far up over the rise over the run. How high is this line, is this triangle?
0.
0. The bottom number could be anything because it goes forever. Now this case here, anytime you divide 0 by any number, in this case the slope is 0. This actually has 0 for its slope. A vertical or a horizontal line has a 0 slope. Vertical line has undefined slope. Horizontal line has 0 slope. Put that in your notes because it'll come up on many quizzes and you want to look back because you will forget which is which, guaranteed. Okay? I mean, you can figure it out if you drew the lines and thought about them a long time, or you can look in your notes. I suggest you look in your notes. Horizontal line has 0 slope. Vertical line is undefined. Take a look. Oh wait, let me just fire it up here. Where are we at here? See if I can get you to catch on to this here. What do we have? You guys are course what? 44. It is 44?
Yeah.
Hopefully this doesn't take too long because we just don't have that kind of time.